Good morning and welcome back. Welcome to a day of triathlon training with a twist. Today I've decided to set myself the challenge of doing a double day of triathlon training purely on food that other people have thrown away. Yes, you heard that right. Today I'm only going to consume items of food that other people were going to throw in the bin. This could go really well and be a really good promotion for sustainability. I could end up with food poisoning, or I could end up completely flat from having no energy to train. I'm an Olio food waste hero. The Olio app is an app that either businesses or individuals can sign up to, and if they have any surplus food that's about to go out of date, either have its best before date or its use by date, it can be distributed amongst other members of the public so it doesn't go to waste. Last night I did my Olio food waste collection from my local co-op and listed my items for members of the public to collect. Unfortunately, I haven't had many takers, so it does mean that I've been left with a reasonable amount of surplus food. Whilst I was out and about, there was also another distributor who had a load of pastries going, so I decided to pop round there on my way back and collect some pastries off her. She had a few other bits as well that nobody else had claimed. It was already 10 o'clock at night and their use by date was yesterday, so they were going to have to go in the bin, so I've brought some of those home with me as well. You're going to have to keep watching to the end of this video if you want to know exactly what food I've had to fuel my day with. It has been made a little bit harder for me by being vegetarian, because I did collect some food last night that was meat based, so it has reduced down my variety a little bit. Also, as some of you know, if you're following the channel, I'm trying to work hard on my protein intake, so I think that's going to be a real challenge today. There is quite a lot of waste food that gets thrown in the bin by supermarkets. A lot of this can just be things like bread and lettuce, so it could be a bit difficult to fuel myself for the day on it. This morning I've just done a 2,400 metre aerobic endurance swim, and this afternoon I've got a run session, so I'm pretty confident that I'll be fine this morning and recover well from my swim, but it'll be interesting to see what I'm like doing my run later on. Let's start off with breakfast then. I've just done my swim and I've burnt off about 300 calories apparently. So my breakfast is going to be 2 Danish pastries and a banana. I have popped the Danish pastries in the oven, so that's made nice and fresh again with it, so that's a perfectly good breakfast to tuck into. However, I've got 2 Danish pastries. There's about 350 calories per pastry, so that's 700, and a banana. I've probably got the best part of 800 calories there, so it's probably not the best way to start the day, but at least I should have plenty of energy. I'm going to tuck into these now and enjoy them. Moving on to lunchtime. I've come to my sister's house for dinner and she was going to do our lunch for us, but I've ended up bringing all the food with me, haven't I? Because all I'm eating today is food that was going to go in the bin. So my lunch is a cheese and onion sandwich and some lettuce, and I've got egg with some mustard mayo dip thing. I've got some pineapple and watermelon as well. I didn't end up having my banana for breakfast. I just had my 2 pastries, so I do need to have my banana as well. Everybody else is eating, well, not everybody's eating recycled food. Grandpa's happy eating recycled food, aren't you, Grandpa?
I got egg.
He's had a sandwich. He's now eating chicken and bacon pasta.
Chicken and bacon pasta.
I've got half.
We've got some nice cheese twists as well.
I've got half of.
Neely's got egg. Awesome. Right, see how this goes down. Hello, it is dinner time. I've done another session this afternoon. I've done a run session, done some run intervals, so now I'm going to have my tea. And tonight on the freebie tea is we've got a margherita pizza that I've put some mushrooms on. I've got some extra mushrooms on the side. I've got lettuce and cucumber, and then for pudding I've got a yoghurt and a banana. So hopefully there's a fair amount of carbohydrates in that. Not hugely high on the protein, but I've put the mushrooms on, I've got some cheese and I've got some yoghurt. So far so good. The key is going to be tonight because we're going to the theatre. So normally we take some snacks and things to have at the theatre, but what it means is that I'm going to have to take pastries to munch on at the theatre because that's the only thing that I've got that I want to snack on tonight. So we'll see how that goes and see whether I drop crumbs all over the theatre. Are you enjoying diversity, Amelia?
Yeah.
You had lots of sweeties?
Yeah.
What's your best bit?
I don't know.
You don't know, are we?
I've got a new jumper.
Oh, you have got a new jumper. Very good. We're all dressed up. Well, me and Amelia are dressed up. It's not very often we get out, is it? You're going to watch the second half of the show?
Yeah.
See you later. So that concludes my day of training purely off food that you would find in a dumpster. So I've successfully managed to do 2 training sessions. In terms of calories, it's not been quite as bad as what I thought it was going to be. I've consumed 2,200 calories, which is okay for the amount of training that I've done. But unfortunately, I've only consumed about 43 grams of protein today, and I've consumed 50 grams too much of fat and 9 grams too much of saturated fat. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow how my legs feel after training without doing a protein shake. That brings my little experiment to an end. I think I've proved that you can successfully do a double day of triathlon training purely on food that you would find in a dumpster. I'm going to put you out of your misery now and show you what the total amount of Olio food I had to choose from was. Probably about 40 pastries, 8 punnets of mushrooms, 2 lots of bacon and chicken pasta, 2 yogurts, 2 lots of ready-to-eat chicken, cucumber, pineapple and watermelon, egg and mayo, 4 lots of sandwiches, some carbs, a whole bunch of bananas that are probably in better condition than what I would even buy from the supermarket in, wholemeal bread and a pizza. It just goes to show you how much food does go to waste in this country. I've managed to eat comfortably off all the leftover food that was destined for the bin, and I've managed to do a double day of triathlon training on top of it and get a reasonable amount of protein intake. If you've got any questions about the Olio app or want some more information on how to become a food waste hero for Olio, then please just write in the comments below and I'll get back to you and can have a chat through what you need to do with it. So that brings this episode to a close. You can survive purely off what people throw away, and you can do triathlon training purely on what people throw away. So that's it. Join me for my next episode where I'm going to do a recap of a typical week of triathlon sprint training. Bye for now.